grown woman right there. She ain't finna settle. She gonna get what she want, or she ain't want it.
Well, I guess he just read me, right? He just cooked for me. Let me ask you a quick question as a man. I love that you said that. With a woman like me, with all of you said intimidation, she's not gonna settle. What would you advise a man to do who wants me but feels all those things you said?
He gotta come get you, because a real man gonna come.
Well, hold on. Where's my key word? But put the camera on. Tell him loud. Tell him to hug me, Dion. Hold on.
Come.
Dion said.
You gotta come get it.
Dion said.
Come
get your girl.
gotta come get it.
Come get me. I'm waiting to be hunted. I am.
You gotta understand. And
So, guys, the caption of this video says, ladies, let's talk. A real man isn't intimidated. He's intentional. When you know your worth, you don't chase. You position yourself to be chosen. Fellas, if you feel like she's too much, that's your sign to step up, not step back. A woman who knows what she wants won't entertain back and forth games. She's waiting to be hunted, not convinced. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant in this caption here goes on to say, and let's be clear, comply doesn't mean weak. It means a woman who is ready to fully submit to the right man because she recognizes his leadership. With the 100 emoji, she's not guarding her heart with the condom. She's all in when she finds the right one. Now you may be wondering, what the hell was that? Right? The condom statement. But earlier, Dion pretty much said that he's guarding his heart with the condom, and then she went into this huge spill. I saw a short of it of, men guard their hearts, but they don't guard their joystick, and they're out here creating broken homes and diseases, STDs, so on and so forth. Right? Fair point. But I want you guys to imagine modern women are the only prey. And, if we're going to use hunted as a figure of speech to represent what goes on in the mating dance, men do hunt women. Women want that, right? They want men to hunt women. But modern women are the only species, the only prey, right, that are begging to be hunted. If you watch the Animal Channel, have you ever seen them ever narrate a story where the antelope is begging for the lion to eat him? This does not sound right. It's nice with the music playing in the background. And of course, there's a bit of pandering here going on, I believe. But it's not the natural state of how things should be. If a man isn't trying to hunt you, then you are unfortunately not what men who want wives are looking for. That's the coffee, right? In that
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
But, let's read a few of these comments, see what people have to say. We have a commenter here who says, if she haven't gotten what she wants by now, what makes you think she will? This is some first-class pandering. Shout out to my guy right here. He also sends me a lot of really good content. And I think that's why his comment popped up at the top. If you also would like to join the inner circle of content sourcing, people who just shoot me content, hit me up on IG. Somebody else who says, I like her points sometimes, but I see some in her that keeps her single. It speaks massive volumes in the most silent way. Let's see what people had to say in response to that. This person says, something yells, I want to be heard, which we all do, but the need to be heard when already heard will have a man turning out. Somebody else who says, and it didn't help that Dion was sitting there gassing her already inflated ego up. And she responded back. So this is a woman here. This is a woman who's actually like, there's something about this chick that just like, I could see why men are like, let me go the other way. She says, overinflated and narcissistic, actually like heavy narcissistic traits. I mean, most people have some form of narcissistic behavior. It's human, but her meter is in the toxic category. So people here underneath her post kind of having a conversation being like, we can kind of see why you're still single. Another chick here says, I see it too. She is smart, beautiful, intelligent, accomplished woman. This is another woman, right? But she talks too much. Get the message, then respond. Another person who says, me too. These are women here, right? Another person who says, you must have forgotten that she's a psychologist and a large part of her job is to speak. Her platform has expanded to blogs and podcasts, interfered in her personal preference. This truly isn't just about what she just wants. She is also speaking up for the many women who share the same understanding. Also, how the family dynamic prospers when there is no confusion. Okay. What else do we have here? Somebody else, he says, her and Dion talking to each other about each other. This dude here says he's simping. Somebody has, a bunch of guys responded back. Facts. Yup. Hell yeah. Or blowing smoke. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody else says this exchange has thoroughly made my day. This is all we need to listen to. Healthy exchange, loving flow, true understanding on both sides. Yes, this all day. So to them, guys, healthy exchange is you gassing them up and making sure you do anything, but serve it up.
I am like Ruth. I am making myself huntable.
Age and stage, she ain't playing no games.
At all.
Like, so when you come, you ain't got to go back and forth all this foolishness. She ain't gonna play like that. Like, she know what she want, and if she recognize it, she gonna comply. I don't mean that she just gonna lay down for
No, you said it right. Don't backpedal. Say it again. She gonna
comply.
No.
But I don't want them thinking comply mean.
This makes me think that Travis Hunter never got that prenuptial agreement discussion from Dion here, based on the pandering that we see here to the levels we see it.
You just up,
No, comply means I'm going to fully submit. I'm going to fully comply. And let me go further. I will fully lay down for you. So I'm not a woman at my age who says that, no. My heart don't have a condom on it. So when I find that you it, I am fully laying down, complying, submitting, and laying down in whatever way you want me to lay down in.
Right. That's a grown woman right there. She ain't finna settle.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe it. Imagine an argument with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant or Kendra G. I mean, my goodness. Let's see what else we have here. Did I miss any? It's like these are all new posts.
Nobody is doomed. But when I say you are who you are, it means a man who has a strong appetite for women, a woman who has a strong appetite to be a gold digger, right? They both marry whoever, each other, someone else. What I say by you are who you are means that man's appetite for women does not go away because he now becomes married on paper or because he's in love or loves this woman. What he's going to have to do is when that appetite inflames, he's going to have the proper tools to regulate and manage that. That's why I say marriage is for disciplined people. Nobody.
Interesting. Looks like she was on Earn Your Leisure right there. I agree with that. Marriage is definitely something that's for disciplined people. I think for me personally, that's when my spirituality steps in. I think men look around, and especially today, with the amount of women the way they carry themselves and how easily it is to step out of relationships and marriage. You got to pray. You got to stay on your knees. And I don't think women realize that just because a man is married, and even if he doesn't cheat, and even if he's loyal, that he doesn't recognize the women around him. He sees those women. And some men, they're able to tame that without having to pray. But for most men, you need God. Well, I'll speak for myself. I need Jesus. Top comment here says a lot of men's first attempts at faithfulness is marriage. And if you can't turn women down or entertain them single, you're not going to magically turn this off because you got married. Discipline takes practice and effort until it becomes second nature. It will never become second nature. For men, guys, you have to understand that I've thought about this conversation many times. If anybody has ever worked with the elderly, told you guys, 10 years, I was, guys used to make fun of me and say, oh, you wipe booty for a living, because I was a caregiver and CNA. I loved the job. I enjoyed it so much. It was an amazing experience. I learned so much. But one thing that always used to shock me was I used to see these guys. I'm talking 90-something years old, late 80s. I've seen some men who are 100 years old. And I'm talking about men who may have dementia, Alzheimer's. I work with all types of people. But you know what? They never forgot that they love women. And the women there will tell you that, and they can tell the difference between a man and a woman, right? Man's there, dementia, and can barely remember his kids. But when he sees a thick woman walk into the room to care for him, maybe it doesn't even have to be thick. All of a sudden, he realizes what's in front of him, and he could tell the difference between her and a man. Now, that's not me saying that that's an excuse for men to just always deal with cheating. And you know, I believe that chronic cheating within a relationship is definitely a reason for someone to move on. I do believe that. But I do think, you know, people do work it out, and they should try to work it out if it's something that can be overcome. But I'm talking about the battle, you know, of reminding yourself as a man to make sure that you're guarding yourself from potentially falling into that. It's something you have to do. It's something you have to remain vigilant in. You don't get to a point, men don't get to a point where they, you know, they just don't see women, and I just don't see any beautiful women around me. Oh, they see it. But I believe it's something that as a man, if being faithful is your goal, which I think it should be if you're in a marriage, right, then you have to guard that. And I believe the same for women, because a lot of these chicks, based off their experience on the streets, it's not that easy to turn that side of them off as well. Guys, of course, curious to know what you think. Listen to my soon-to-be married and currently engaged men. Don't forget, you have the ability to get free legal information at fathershaverights.com. With offer code REVIEW, you can access the #1 guide to drafting a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement. Appreciate you guys. Till next time.